The jointer here is what we use to make a nice smooth edge on a board. We run that edge over the surface of the jointer and it will flatten it and smoothen it out. See, this side's got paint and nasty rough edge on it. This side's pretty flat. I typically like to joint the edge that looks the best, but I'm going to joint this side just so you can see how it works. We take the board on the edge that you want to joint, and we put it flat up against the fence. We're going to stand behind the board a little bit, and we're going to keep it against the fence as we slide it over the jointer blades. The cutting blades are inside the table, underneath the blade guard. So to make this work, we just turn the button on, hold the board flat against the fence, and run the edge over the blades. You can see the red paint. It would take one more pass to get that gone, but it will flatten the edge of the board nicely for you. For your safety tests on the jointer, I'm going to cover the safety rules for you. Number one, with the jointer, we always joint the edge of the board, never the end. So we're doing the edge of the board, never the end of the board. Number two, the board you're going to run over the jointer needs to be at least 8 inches long. We never want to join a board that's shorter than 8 inches long. Number three, keep the surface of the board, the flat side, firmly against the fence for the entire pass across the jointer. Number four, use a push stick for any board that's less than 4 inches wide. So if it's less than 4 inches wide, you use a push stick, hook it over the back of the board, and you push it across the blades with the push stick for any board that's less than 4 inches wide. Number five, if your board is bowed, you want to joint the concave side, not the convex side. The convex side is really wobbly on the table. The concave side sits nice and flat. So if your board is bowed, you want the ends touching and the middle high. That way, as you pass it over the blades, it will cut off a little bit of this edge, and the next pass it'll cut more of this edge and more of this edge until it gets all the way flat. If you joint the board where it rocks, you're going to joint this edge and then push down the back edge, and this edge, and it's just going to get into the shape of a V. It's going to get worse and worse. So those are your safety rules.